Your boss, fuck my boss. Hey. Hey, Mike, come on.
Boxing fans are on the boxing channel. During his long career, Mike Tyson has had more classic fights than any heavyweight in the last 30 years.
All the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say.
But even among his classic fights, there are those that will be remembered for a long time, and one of these happened 25 years ago, when in August 1985 Mike returned to the ring after prison, where he stayed there for 3 years. Such an incident is not typical for a boxer, and therefore in this video I will try to understand this confusing story. A story that turned from a young prospect into a real monster. I also remember the same Tyson duel after prison, in which Tyson shocked the world. Until 1982, Mike Tyson destroyed all rivals. Despite his defeat in 1992, fans still considered him the best heavyweight on the planet. However, the names of this popularity will be the most important factor in the destruction of Tyson's career. The first fight, after which Tyson began to be criticized, was against Donovan Ruddock, nicknamed Razor. This fighter will teach Mike a real lesson, making it clear that he will no longer be able to win at the expense of talent. To win, you need to train. Meanwhile, it is during this period that our hero meets an 18-year-old girl named Desiree Washington. On July 18, 1991, Tyson met an 18-year-old girl, the winner of the Black America contest. He invited her to meet in the evening to have a good time, and the girl agreed. According to Tyson's recollection, she was strange. She showed him photos with a naked body, and they spent the evening together. Then we went to Tyson's room. Then Tyson's bodyguard decided to go to his house, although he usually stood at Mike's door when he brought girls he didn't know. As Mike later said at the trial, he and the girl had sex, stopped at midnight. Then the girl asked to take her to the hotel. Mike suggested that she stay overnight in order to take her to the hotel in the morning on the way to the airport. The girl refused, after which Mike rudely kicked her out of the house. She got into the car and Tyson's driver drove her to the hotel. The chauffeur recalls that the girl was very angry and said that this boxer even thinks. Tyson will find out that the rape trial has begun in a week. The girl stated in court that she was against the trip, that Mike used physical force to achieve sexual contact, that she screamed that she ran away from him in tears, but no one heard the screams, although it was at night. There were no bruises on the girl either. The driver of the car also did not confirm the tears. Nevertheless, Tyson lost the trial and his lawyers could not defend him. Public opinion was on the side of the girl against the boxer all. Mike had problems with the law throughout his life. When he was a teenager, he often ended up in the police. Judge Patricia Gifford was known by the pseudonym The Hangman for her cruelty. According to the totality of the charges, which included such articles as perverted criminal acts and retention by force, Tyson faced up to 60 years in prison. But he was sentenced to 6 years in prison, and he was released 3 years later. Prison is always dangerous, especially for Tyson. In prison, Mike changed his worldview, converted to Islam, began to lead a different way of life, but it was clear that Tyson was offended by this unfair world.
Listen, Ed, you're in prison, you're in something that's totally new to you. You know what I mean, on this kind of level. You get provoked, I was provoked, and I said things, and things happened, and I did my time for it.
Despite this reputation, this case only added to Tyson's popularity. It is not surprising that everyone was waiting for Tyson's return. What will Tyson show after 4 years in prison? How much he lost his shape? What is the state of his boxing? And what if he loses? Everyone asked these questions. It was impossible to lose to Tyson, so a suitable opponent was needed. Don Keene, the boxer's promoter, found one, and it was Peter McNeely. Mac's opponents were 26-year-old Peter McNeely, nicknamed the Hurricane. He was ranked 7th in the WBA rankings and had a good record, 36 wins, 1 loss, 30 knockouts. He never fought top boxers. His 36 victories were over weak opponents. A few months before the fight with Mike, he was not in any ratings, but suddenly he was on the 7th line. It's all Don King's work. Before the fights, all the fans believed that Tyson would win, but the fight was promoted so much that the fans were looking forward to it. PPV sold $1.5 million, worth about $180 million. There was no such interest in Tyson's fights even in his best years.
Keep laughing, keep laughing.
Real funny, huh? If any one of you that doesn't respect me or what I'm doing or what I've been doing for the last 3 months since it was been announced, and going against a guy like this, you'd have a big dump in your pants.
Hello, I bear witness there's only one God, and Prophet Muhammad, may peace be unto him, is the prophet of God. I'm just happy to be here. Everybody's made their statements. Mr. McNeely had a cute statement. I'm just ready to fight. Thank you, everyone, for your support. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The press would have a chance.
And in August 1985, Tyson was in the ring for the first time, which shocked all boxing fans. The physical form was perfect. Tyson had never been seen like this. That moment of the meeting of the boxers in the center of the ring will eventually go down in history as one of the most epic moments of the sport. The fight itself lasted a minute and a half. McNeely instantly ran to Tyson, but he was able to meet him with a left side kick and was knocked down. The boxer pretended not to notice the knockdown and ran at Mike again, and for some time the boxers did not fight badly, but Tyson again knocked down his opponent. As a result, promoter McNeely stopped this fight.
McNeely's corner